Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good. Thanks for being here. Thanks to the Electrify Longmont team and Sustainable Longmont for putting on this great event. So yeah, as mentioned, I'm Dave Harris. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for the Colorado Clean Energy Fund. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our organization, some programs that we offer. Had a chance to talk to some of you in there today. But I want to walk you through a couple opportunities that you have in front of you to take advantage of some really great rebates, some tax credits, and then where there's a gap, how you can use low-cost financing to fill that. I'm guessing if you're here today, you're aware of some of these economic benefits of electrifying your home, and certainly the environmental benefits. Economically, massive energy savings, that's more money in your pocket. Environmentally, you're going to contribute to the fight against climate change and carbon emission reductions, and it's just better air quality in your home and your businesses. So that all might be clear. What's unclear, and I get this a lot, I got this today, how do I pay for this stuff, right? Well, that's what we're here to help navigate, and that's what I'll talk to you about here today. So for a snapshot about us, we are an impact investment fund. We're a nonprofit, and we're designed as a green bank. And really what that means is that we're an alternative to traditional ways of doing things, traditional banks, traditional lenders. We're here to help fill the gaps that might be preventing your home electrification project from happening. We are really trying to focus on bringing an equitable transition to decarbonization for low-income individuals, rural communities, tribal communities across the state. So that's really a key component of our mission. Just to put some faces to the organization's name, this is our awesome team. We're spread across Colorado. We're a mix of energy experts, finance experts, business experts. We're really just here to kind of be here for Colorado and find out what needs you have. If you're electrifying your home, you're looking to bring energy efficiency in your home, we're here to help you out. We are covering commercial and residential folks. So if you're a small business or you're working with a nonprofit, we can help you. We work with agricultural producers across the state to put renewable energy onto their farmlands. But I'm going to talk today mostly about residential. Most of the people I've been talking to today are homeowners or renters. We've got programs now that can help homeowners to electrify their homes. And then we're working on a pretty innovative program now, which I'll touch on, that will be available to renters hopefully soon. But first, I want to just touch on something that if you've been sitting in here today, you've probably heard a little bit about this. And it's really tied to a historic opportunity that we have in front of us thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act, or the IRA. What this is a mix of programs, a mix of discounts, upfront rebates that you can realize at the point of sale if you're going to buy something like a heat pump, tax credits, low-cost financing, all bundled together to help make the transition to electrification financially smart for you all and just easy, because this is complicated. So this capital is really going to be a game changer. A lot of the folks I talked to today are like aware of some of these rebates, and the question I keep getting is, all right, well, what time are these available? When's this coming? And the answer is, I don't know exactly, and not a lot of us do. This is up to the federal government. They're going to relay this to the states, and then the state of Colorado's energy office will be the ones administering this. But what I'm hearing, just the inside baseball, is early 2024. We're hearing February. A lot of these rebates will be coming online. But here's what the impact of some of this could look like for folks that are in Boulder County. And this comes from friends of ours at Rewiring America. If you're not familiar with them, they're another nonprofit that we work with. Really recommend you check out their website. They've got a really cool calculator where you can plug in your various electrification project needs and see how the IRA can impact you. But just a snapshot, and it's a little small, but I'll just read it for you. The rebate potential for Boulder County residents is over $12,000 that you can access. They refer to this as like a free electric bank account that has your name on it. You can take advantage of this and really bring the cost down significantly to electrify your home. Here's just a snapshot of some of the programs. This is not comprehensive. There's a lot of different measures involved here. But here's some of the most popular that people are thinking about. So electrical panel upgrades to pay for some of the, or to cover some of the electrical add that you have to the equipment that you're bringing in your home. You can get a rebate up to $4,000 likely through the IRA next year. And then tax credits that you could take advantage of actually starting this year. Then you've got electric vehicle chargers. You can take advantage of a tax credit now, up to $1,000 to bring a level 2 charger into your home. And then probably the most frequent piece of equipment we get asked about is, how do I pay for a heat pump? These things are expensive. Well, depending on your income level, you'll be able to realize a rebate up to $8,000 starting next year. And if you have a tax liability, a tax credit up to $2,000. So that's pretty significant savings. Here's kind of how this breaks down. I mentioned income level. There's a program within the IRA called the High Efficiency Electric Home Rebate. It's a long one, or HERA. But here's how this breaks down by income level. So folks that are deemed low income, meaning that if you look at the community you live in and you look at the area median income, if you're at 80% of that or lower, then according to the federal government, you are low income, and you can qualify for 100% of the cost of the rebate, or cost of the heat pump installation and equipment, up to $8,000. Depending on the size of your home, that might be enough to cover almost all of it. If you're middle income, meaning you're at about 81% of the area median income, up to 150%, and you can look this up online, what's my area median income, to find out where you fall. If you're in middle income, you get 50% rebate up to $8,000. And then for the higher income folks, you can take advantage of tax credits. So really there's opportunities across all income levels to take advantage of these rebate programs. Let's just drill into an example to really hit this home. So let's say, is anybody here thinking about a heat pump in their homes? Okay, this side, and this side a little bit. All right, everybody. So let's say you're thinking about a heat pump. Let's call it a mini split heat pump system, and you have an 1,800 square foot home. So chances are you're gonna need about like a 3.5 ton, maybe 4 ton system. And if you've been looking into this, you might be arguing some of the prices here, but just stick with me for the example here. It's providing for some easier math. So let's say the unit cost is about $9,000, and then you find a qualified contractor, like through our network, and it's gonna cost about $7,000 to install. So all in $16,000. That's a lot of money. But you can take advantage of some of these rebate programs that are at the point of sale. So without having to shell out a dime, you could shave off half of that expense through this program that will be coming online hopefully in February of 2024. On top of that, depending on where you're located and what electric utility is serving you, they have rebate programs. So Xcel has one for mini split heat pumps that'll give you another $1,500 rebate on top of the cost. On top of that, if you have a tax liability, the state of Colorado has a program available now where you can get 10% of the equipment as a tax credit. So if you bundle all that together, now you've brought a $16,000 expense down to $5,600. That's some pretty good savings. And that's awesome. And there's a lot of these rebates coming in the market. You can bundle a bunch of these things up to about $14,000. But a lot of people don't have $5,600 just lying around. So one of the things we're helping to do is complement the rebates and complement the tax credits by providing really low cost financing. We are an impact first organization, so we're talking about anybody paying attention to interest rates, they're nuts. We're well below those because people cannot afford a lot of these interest rates. Financing can be a good way of keeping that $5,600 in your pocket, financing the remainder of what you have, and then paying it down over time. We also have mechanisms where if you want to realize that tax credit, you can do so and then pay down the entirety of the loan when it comes time to get your tax credit back at no penalty. One program we offer that has been in the market now for about 6 years is called the Residential Energy Upgrade Program, or RENEW. This can really be an option for any of you for any home electrification project that you have. You can certainly do a heat pump, but you can mix in rooftop or ground mount solar. You could do an EV charger. You can also do non-electrification measures like windows and insulation. We are simply a sponsor of the program, so we put a bunch of our money into an account to help incentivize more traditional credit unions, more traditional lenders to participate in the clean energy effort. So they would give you a loan, you'd work with one of our contractors, which we've vetted. We've got about 200 across the state, and they'll install the equipment and you can take advantage of this program. Here's some of the measures that we offer. As mentioned, a mix of electrification, non-electrification things, including electrical upgrades. So this really complements a lot of the rebates that are going to be coming through the IRA next year. Just at a glance, I mentioned this has been going for about 6 years. We've financed over $50 million in projects through this and installed quite a bit of solar PV. Now, just in Longmont, the folks that live here, we've done about 63 projects for your friends and neighbors. And I just want to highlight, we've got currently 38 contractors in our 200 contractor network that are serving the Longmont area. So there's a lot of opportunity to take advantage of this program. For some specifics, here's just a couple things. You can finance up to $75,000 of whatever project you're looking to do in your home. The terms are very flexible. We can go up to 15 years. You can certainly do this over a long period of time. And again, the market rates, we're talking well below whatever the current market rate is. The last thing I'll just hit on is if you want to bring a heat pump into your home, you shouldn't have to put a lien on your house in order to pay for it. That makes no sense. So we don't do that. The only thing we're requiring is basically that you're putting this money towards equipment. We can use the equipment as the collateral. Now, I'm not going to come in your home and take a heat pump, I promise you. But this is a mechanism we can use to put capital into the market. And this is what a lot of people, traditional lenders, don't do. They think it's too risky. We will take that risk. One other thing I want to just touch on briefly, I mentioned that we're working on some things that will help those of you who are renters, tenants. We're developing a program called on-bill repayment. And what makes this really interesting, especially for low-income individuals, is you can realize a clean energy installation like a heat pump and not have to take a loan out to pay for it. So the way this works is that you would basically get a contractor to install the equipment. We would pay for the equipment and the installation. And then rather than taking out a loan, taking on debt, you simply are seeing another line item on your utility bill. It's called a tariff. So it's pretty innovative in that you don't have to do a credit check. There's no hit to your credit score. There's no debt involved. If you move, the tariff remains with the property. So it's a pretty cool way for folks, even renters, to take advantage of programs and participate in the clean energy transition. So this will be coming online soon. We're running pilots across rural Colorado now. We're hopeful to bring this to Longmont soon. And then any of you that are running a small business or you're nonprofit, you have commercial building needs, we've got a number of commercial programs. I won't go into these now, but really encourage you to come talk to me in the room over there if this is of interest to you, especially if you're looking to do like an LED lighting upgrade, one of the simplest things you could do to get some energy savings. So overall, this can be a really good choice for your business. Again, retain that money in your pocket just like you do with energy savings at home. Retain that money for your business, and you can take advantage of rebates and tax incentives. So if any of this sounds interesting, would encourage you just to come talk today or visit our website. We have a really simple process. You just fill out a really simple form. We'll contact you within about a day and then help work to walk you through the many complex rebates, tax credits, all that stuff. Where there's a gap, we'll see if it makes sense to help set up some low-cost financing. But frankly, if we can find a way to not have to do that, that's great. That's a win for us. So we're here for you. Here's a little more about that, but I want to just flash to this. Really want to encourage people to come say hello and let us know what are your electrification needs, where are you running into roadblocks? Because we can set up a unique program to your needs. We're working to bring as much capital as we can to Colorado through this Inflation Reduction Act, and there's going to be a lot of money that you can access starting next year. But let us know what your needs are so we can build something around you. Here's my contact info. I'll just leave this up if you want to take that down. I don't know how we're doing on time, but if anybody has any questions, I'm certainly happy to address a couple here. Yeah, please.
Would you recommend waiting until next year to get started? Or?
Sure, yeah, I'll repeat the question in case you didn't hear. So the question was, would you recommend waiting until next year to get started to, I'm guessing, take advantage of some of these rebates? You know, of course, we need to start moving on these things now if we're going to hit our climate goals. So the part of me that wants to get more electrification happening today says don't wait, but I get it. Like, these are pretty attractive incentives. I just showed you could chop that bill in half. So I don't know how you wouldn't, but I think you shouldn't wait on the planning towards it. Getting your ducks in a row, figuring out, talking to contractors to figure out what do I really need. You can get a home energy audit now, so you can start planning towards that and just understanding what your finance gap might be. So if you have that all lined up, once those rebates hit, it is going to be kind of chaotic. It'll be a flood in the market. So you might as well get started now so you can be a step ahead of a lot of people who probably won't take advantage or start doing this stuff until the rebates come online. But yeah, great question. It's an important one. Anybody else that I can address the group here? All right. Well, I want to thank you all for the time and for listening and frankly just for being here. You're doing your part by being here and learning about it. So yeah, come say hi and talk to you later.